Silence is a sanctuary. In the midst of chaos and clamor, it provides a space to retreat, to reflect, and to recompose our thoughts. When the world seems to demand constant interaction, it's in silence that we find a moment to breathe, to listen to the rhythm of our own heartbeat, and to acknowledge our existence in its simplest form. Cicero, the great Roman orator, understood this intrinsic value when he stated, "Silence is one of the great arts of conversation. It's in these quiet spaces between words where true communication happens. It's where we connect not just with others, but with our own inner voice, the voice that often gets drowned out by the noise of external expectations and incessant demands. The power of silence lies in its ability to foster deep introspection, without the distractions of external chatter. We are invited to turn our gaze inward, to contemplate our thoughts and emotions, and to confront truths that we may otherwise ignore. Silence is a mirror, reflecting back to us our strengths and vulnerabilities, our joys and sorrows. In his treatise on duties, Cicero noted, "Silence at the proper season is wisdom, and better than any speech, to recognize the wisdom in silence is to understand that not everything needs to be articulated. Sometimes, it's the thoughts left unsaid that carry the most weight, allowing us to process our experiences with patience and grace." Silence is also a powerful tool for understanding and compassion. It teaches us to truly listen, not just to the words that are spoken, but to the emotions and intentions behind them. By offering silence, we give others the space to share their stories, to voice their concerns, and to reveal their true selves. Cicero understood this when he stated, "We should be silent, except where silence would be a fault." This suggests that choosing silence can be an act of generosity, a way of showing respect and empathy, in a world where conversations are often dominated by those who speak the loudest. Silence is a gift that tells others they are valued, heard, and understood in moments of conflict. Silence can be a sign of strength, not weakness. It's easy to lash out, to react with anger or defensiveness, but it takes true courage to hold one's tongue, to take a step back and to allow emotions to settle. Cicero once said, "I am not ashamed to confess that I am ignorant of what I do not know." Silence, then, is an acknowledgement of our limitations, a recognition that we don't have all the answers. It's a reminder that sometimes the best response is no response at all, letting silence speak on our behalf, conveying humility, restraint, and the willingness to learn from the situation rather than dominate it. Moreover, silence has a transformative power. In silence, we are given the opportunity to renew and replenish our spirit. It's in quiet moments that creativity blossoms. Ideas take root and inspiration is born. Just as a garden needs time to lie fallow before it can yield a new harvest, so too does the mind need silence to cultivate new thoughts and perspectives. Cicero captured this beautifully when he said, "In silence, the wise man meditates on his own being." It's in this meditation that we can connect with something greater than ourselves, a universal consciousness that transcends the noise of daily life. Silence is also a form of resistance. In a world that constantly clamors for attention, where opinions are shouted from every corner, choosing silence can be a powerful statement. It's a refusal to be swept up in the tide of superficial conversations and empty rhetoric. It's an assertion of one's own autonomy, a way of reclaiming control over our own narrative. Cicero understood this when he advised, "Do not speak unless you can improve the silence." This suggests that silence can be a shield, protecting us from getting entangled in matters that don't serve us, and allowing us to preserve our energy for what truly matters. But silence is not always easy. It can be uncomfortable, even intimidating, especially when it forces us to confront difficult truths about ourselves. Yet, it's precisely in these moments of discomfort that the greatest growth happens. Silence strips away the layers of pretense, revealing the core of who we are. The authority of those who teach is often an obstacle to those who want to learn, Cicero once said, implying that the true teacher is not the one who speaks the most, but the one who can hold space for silence, allowing learning to happen naturally. In this sense, silence becomes not a void, but a fertile ground for understanding and self-discovery. Ultimately, silence is a pathway to peace. When we embrace silence, we release the need to fill every moment with words, and we allow ourselves to simply be. It's in silence that we find solace, healing, and a profound sense of tranquility. Cicero's words, "Silence is a sanctuary for the troubled soul," resonate deeply with this truth. Silence is where we can let go of our burdens, breathe in the stillness, and find comfort in the quiet assurance that everything will be okay. In a world that never seems to stop talking, may we remember the power of silence to reflect, to listen, to understand, and ultimately, to find ourselves again. Thanks for watching. And remember, silence is not an absence of words, but a presence of wisdom, where true understanding speaks louder than any voice. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.